What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we are back here looking at some parts for this Honda Grom. We're going to take a look at some of the setups that you can use on the Honda Grom for your front headlight, so let's get right to it. All right, so when you're looking at the front headlight setup for the Honda Grom, the stock light is not that great from a lighting perspective. So there are some options, mainly one option that is chosen, which is the Chimera setup. And with this setup, you get some lighting systems that come from Baja Designs. So there are two models that are offered on this particular setup from Baja Designs. The Sport model is 3150 lumens at 26 watts, whereas the Pro model is 4600 lumens at 40 watts. So when you're looking at purchasing this particular aftermarket setup, like myself, you may wonder, well, which is the right setup to get for my application? Do I need the Sport design, or should I step it up and get the Pro design? Now, I have not seen any comparison done on these two units, so that's why I wanted to provide this insight to you so that you can see for yourself the difference in brightness. At the end of the day, I think anything is going to be better than the stock setup, but let's go ahead and see the differences with the illumination on these different setups. So for my setups here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each of these, I'm going to hook them up to a 12-volt source. So when you purchase this particular setup, you're going to get the light itself along with a harness to tap into some wiring there to get power to this particular light setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each of these ends, I'm going to hook it up to a 12-volt source. We're going to get some illumination in the dark. This is the Sport. This is the Pro. This is the Sport. This is the Pro. All right, so here we can see from the Baja Designs options of the Sport and the Pro. So here we have the Pro, here we have the Sport. Again, as you can see, the designs are identical. The only difference between the two is the light output that you're getting out of each one, and also the wattage that is pulling when the light is turned on. Obviously, the Pro is pulling a lot more wattage than the Sport. The Pro is pulling 40 watts and the Sport is pulling 26 watts. So clearly you can see that any option outside of stock is going to be much better. So when you look at these two and you're wondering which one of these should I look into, well, the Sport is a great option, and if you need a lot more light output, you can get the Pro. But either way, each one of these are going to be much better than stock. The Sport is definitely a ton brighter. As you can see from the images, from the demo, the Sport is definitely a lot brighter than stock. Although if you do want that extra light output, with the cost of the wattage pulling more off that battery, you can go with the Pro. Just make sure that you don't have the light constantly on with the bike not running, because it's going to drain your battery. And you can also buy a harness that allows you to flip between high and low beam. That should help out a bit. Now, we did look at these lights in the application for the Honda Grom as offered through the Chimera setup, but Also be aware that you can use these as LED auxiliary lights. So there are a lot more applications such as trucks, Jeeps, utility vehicles, motorcycles, boats. You can see they have a lot of different offerings here, but you have seen the comparison from a lumen's perspective from the demo today. But I will be sure to leave a link in the description to some of the various pairs of these lights that are offered on Amazon, so you can go ahead and check those out. There you have it, folks. That is the demonstration of the Baja Designs Squadron Sport and Pro models. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.